The lesson I'm going to reflect on today is a lesson I taught with a multilingual group of lower intermediate students. The topic was around routines and daily habits, and it was really a consolidation lesson for communicative purposes on previous lessons that we had surrounding giving reasons for why people do things on a daily basis and using vocabulary and for daily routines and activities. I used the interactive whiteboard and the class set of tablets for the lesson, and overall I feel the lesson was a huge success. Students were firstly asked to, in pairs, to come up with a list of things that they felt both men and women do on a daily basis before work. This was quite controversial, but at the same time it got everybody involved. Even quiet students had something to say regarding whether men were lazy, women were too vain, etc. And this really provided an excellent platform for the activities to come. Then, once I'd elicited those ideas on the interactive whiteboard, students watched a short video, again using the whiteboard and the internet to great effect. And the video showed a man and a woman in the morning time doing what they normally do. This really reiterated the point that students had come up with to begin with, that women spend a lot longer getting ready than men. And both sexes in the classroom used that to their advantage to justify the points that they'd come up with and the reasoning behind what they'd said. Motivation levels at this point, no doubt that they were extremely high, and everybody, I felt, was anticipating what was to come next. Following that, I decided to put students into groups of 3. I tried to avoid all male groupings in order to encourage some compromise within the group, and I feel that that actually worked out extremely well. Students were asked to choose an occupation from the list of occupations from previous classes, and asked to decide whether this person would be a man or a woman. Men were eager to choose women to highlight how long they took to get ready, and women, of course, were quick to highlight that men were the ones they wanted to choose. Once they'd done that, I asked them to brainstorm typical activities that they think that person, for example, a policeman, would do on a daily basis in the morning, the afternoon, and the evening, in terms of a typical day, and of course for them to give reasons, make notes about reasons why they thought that about that particular person. This process probably took them about 10-15 minutes to get good ideas, but they were really into it. You could see that they were happy to create this new lifestyle for this person, imaginary person. And I really believe that the showing of the video enabled students to come up with other ideas that they possibly would never have come up with without watching it. Therefore, the use of the video in the classroom at the touch of a button was just, invaluable, really. Students were then, in groups, were handed one tablet and asked to come up with a daily routine diary for their particular character. Each person in the group was ordered to speak, whether it be the morning, the afternoon, or the evening, and of course to act out those particular actions. So one person would be acting waking up or something, and they would say, she wakes up at 6 o'clock because she has to go to work. So, of course, getting them to use the language, the target language, in a controlled or semi-controlled environment. But this really encouraged students to come out of the shell a little bit. Even quiet students felt confident because they were behind the camera, or in front of the camera, either way, instead of in front of people in the middle of the classroom. Once students had recorded the daily diary to 3 minutes long, we then uploaded each of them to the computer and showed them via the IWB. Again, another kind of activity that would have been rendered impossible if not for the creation of these tools. We watched the videos. We had extremely in-depth discussions about the most exciting, the most interesting, the laziest character that was portrayed within the videos. And students really were very quick to congratulate their team members and other groups for the wonderful performance that they put in. The Atmosphere in the classroom was just one of, delight. People have asked me since, can we do a similar activity again? Shy students really embraced the opportunity, as I said earlier, to speak on the camera rather than standing in front of people. And I feel that this element of surprise and spontaneity wouldn't have been possible if students had stood at the front of the classroom. Overall, students used the kind of language we'd looked at during the week. They'd used because to justify people's actions, and I feel that it was an all-round community effort, and instead of highlighting only errors in the error correction section, we highlighted more positives about presentation styles, use of language, etc. And it was an extremely enjoyable experience for everybody, teacher and student alike. Thank you.